I remember when I first told people I wanted to have a natural birth, and I got one of two reactions: you're crazy, or you're not going to do it. There was just no faith. They said, you're not going to do it. You're just saying that right now. But once you feel that pain, you're going to change your mind. Well, I didn't change my mind. And if you want to have a natural birth, stay tuned and I'll lay out the 5 steps to having a natural birth, no medication, and being happy with your birth plan. Don't let the naysayers get you down. If you want to have a natural birth, it's completely fine. You can do it, and there's nothing that's going to stop you. When you set your mind to something, you can do it, and that's all there is to it. So, disclaimer, my son was born in 2017 in a Swiss hospital, actually a university hospital, and I was able to deliver him in a 6-hour labor in a tub. I call them hippie births. But it was a water birth, and I was assisted by 2 midwives and my husband. I did have the option to have a doctor present, which I did ask for, but the way that the birth was going and me ending up in the birthing tub as opposed to doing a traditional birth method or within the bed, the doctor only came in momentarily, I think less than, maybe during the pushing stage quickly, and then left because the midwives had the whole situation under control. I can give you my birth story in another video, and I'll link it, the written story below. It was an amazing experience, and I truly believe that every woman needs someone in their corner that can believe that they can have a natural birth or unmedicated birth if that's what they're going for. There will be a lot of people who tell you it's too hard, it's unnecessary, like what, and really doubt your reasons for wanting to have a natural birth. So keep watching if this is something you're striving for. There are what I would call 5 main steps to having a natural, unmedicated birth in a hospital. Let's get started. The first step is making up your mind. Why do you want to do this? Seriously, why do you want to do this? Because if you don't know why, then you will not be successful. You need to have a firm belief in your reason, because that is what you will fall in when the pain gets real and you no longer can think of maybe all of the positive reasons. You need a foundation as to what really matters in that point. And it can be whatever your reason are. I've heard some women say that they're very afraid of having an epidural. I've heard some women say, they don't want any drugs in their baby's system or in their system. They want to be fully coherent. Whatever the case may be, you need to rely heavily on that reason. And if you cannot come up with a reason, you just don't have a real reason, you just feel like it's right for you, that's okay. But you need to really believe in your heart and soul that this is what you want to do, because it's not going to be an easy task. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So it has to be something you can pull on the 5th hour, on the 6th hour, and that's considered a relatively quick birth. So keep that in mind. The second step is speak it. So you want to speak this into existence. Now, I told you, my family asked me if I was crazy or they just didn't believe that I could actually have a natural birth. I mean, I am the baby sister. I have 2 older sisters, and they were like, and they all have children, and they just rolled their eyes like, okay. And my friend said, okay, well, that's great, Falasha, but it hurts, trying to give me a little real talk. And I'm like, yeah, I would completely understand that it's going to hurt, but this is what I want to do. So you need to, if you're comfortable, I highly recommend telling your friends and family, but most importantly, telling your partner or whomever is going to be assisting you and sharing it with your medical team. You need to be clear on what you consider an unmedicated birth, forthright, and then you need to be clear on that is what you want. And this is where birth plans can be handy. There are pros and cons of birth plans. Some women say no, or nurses are going to have snide remarks about women who come in with birth plans. I've heard stories and read research that women with birth plans are treated a certain way because it's believed that they want to control the entire environment of a birth, and that this is a sign of motherhood. You cannot control everything. And as a mother of a 1-year-old, I know I did not control 90% of the things he does because he is doing his own thing, but I can lead him in the right direction. So you want to lead your birth through your birth plan. You do not want to dictate, and remember that you're all on the same team. You're trying to have a positive birth experience. And most importantly, you're the one giving birth. So yeah, what you think, what you want does matter a little bit more than the comfort or wishes of the medical team, but you still need to be advised by your medical professionals. So the third step is focus. So this is a step with 3 parts to it, and you really need to focus. It ties in steps 1 and 2 on why you need to have a good foundation on what you're doing and speaking it into existence, because those two together will allow you to visualize what you imagine your birth to turn into, how you imagine it playing out, and why this is an important goal for you. So the first part of the third step, which is focus, is to have your expectations, to know what to expect. So by knowing what to expect, you know what steps are in the labor process, when the contractions go from what are considered false contractions to real contractions, when the actual labor begins, how long each step typically lasts within the labor process. Now let me tell you, I did not want to spend $200 on a birthing class that I just felt I may or may not take vital information from. I believe that there was information that I still needed to learn, but I just didn't. I was a little hesitant on going to the class, and it didn't really fit into my schedule at the time. So I went on YouTube University, and let me tell you, I found the best birthing class outside of YouTube anyone could have offered me. So what it is a YouTube video that I found, and my husband and I watched the video. I think took about 2 hours on a Saturday. She's a midwife professional with over 30 years in teaching, and it's just her recording one of the classes she offers, and undoubtedly she offers these classes at paid I guess she probably gets paid $200 per person like the classes here. I don't know, but she has the class online for free, and it teaches you pain techniques, standing techniques, everything, anything you could have imagined learning in the class. She has the body model, so you can see the birth canal and how the baby can come out and what to expect. And this is really what I credit in knowing where I was in the process, because the problem is if you are thinking that you're at the most painful point in the birth process and then it gets more painful, you will want to break. You'll say, I can't do it anymore. It's getting worse and not better, and it's not over. But because I watched these classes and my husband had watched these classes as well, we knew, okay, it's really bad right now, but it's actually going to get worse. But then after the very worst phase, it gets better. And she also talks about the ring of fire. Now, ladies, if you're pregnant and you don't know what the ring of fire is, click over to her video as soon as you finish watching this, because this is going to be vital in protecting you from ripping and everything like that. I had an amazing birth experience, but I give a lot of credit to her for really outlining everything in a very understandable, comprehensible fashion that even my husband and I could follow. And he even did this, you'll see, I'm going to show you a sample right here. He did this pain management technique on me, and it really helped a lot. So the second part, now let me tell you, I'm a millennial, I keep it real, but I have not shared this tip with anyone. I actually used visualization boards, but not just any visualization boards. I know I told you about YouTube University birth classing. Now I'm gonna tell you about how Pinterest helped me finish this off. So Pinterest has amazing boards, as you all know, where you can look at clothes and recipes, but it was amazing for my visualization techniques. I found very inspirational quotes that I'm showing you right here, and this is how my board looks. And it has all of the information that I needed to really be able to zone out and have this idea of what the pain was. And I almost can't describe it. If you have an inspirational quote in your mind that you can relate to the pain. Obviously, I wasn't like on my phone looking at Pinterest at the moment, but these quotes, I could really see them and think of them while I was feeling the pain, and so that really helped me get through it. So I'd highly recommend that you make your own visualization board, whether it's photos or quotes, however you want to do it. Here's how mine looked, and I just found it very, very helpful. Now, I know that sounds a little bit, I don't know, off helter-skelter, I guess, off the range. But I'm just keeping it real. It helped me, and it'll probably help a lot of other women. And obviously it helped somebody because it's already on Pinterest. I didn't make them. They were already there. I just added them to my board, and these type of quotes and inspirations are really helpful in helping you stay focused. So one way to stay focused is knowing what to expect, and the other way is being able to visualize and have some type of inspiration from those expectations. So the third part, after knowing what to expect and being able to visualize it, aka YouTube University and Pinterest, was actually Spotify. Now, don't get me wrong, none of this is plugged advertisement or nothing like that. I was able to use music to relax, to zone out. I tasked my husband with, leading up to the due date, to come up with a playlist that had some music that I thought would be chill, relaxing, but also kind of get you in the mood. You know, you want music to work out. You want music when you're feeling low or feeling happy or whatever the case may be. I'm personally not one of those people who are like, ooh, music just, took me there. I need music all the time. No, I'm not like that at all. So if you are one of those people, definitely get you a good playlist. If you're not one of those people, still get you a good playlist, because it's gonna make you kind of leave the situation. So like I said, this is the Spark Notes version, millennial style, on how to have a natural birth in a hospital for free $99, okay? So this is a lot like what I believe the Hypnobabies courses do. So Hypnobabies is a course that's offered either in person or online, and it ranges, I believe the home study is about $160 to $180, and the in-person is like $200 to $300, and they help you kind of get out of the mindset leading up to the leading up to the labor, and to believe that, that you're feeling pressure, not pain, and to change how you think of the situation. And this really helps time go faster. It helps you use the adrenaline and the situation to push through, as opposed to kind of stopping your labor. So that does happen to a lot of women, where the pain and the adrenaline slow down the labor process. And this can be really dangerous. This can lead to needing a C-section if your labor is lasting too long. So all of these techniques, being able to know what to expect when you're about to hit that ring of fire, when the pushing stage is coming, to being able to visualize different sayings, to being able to listen to music to relax, are all going to combine to kind of take you out of the time frame and let time move along and let your body take on its natural process. And this is very vital if you're trying to accomplish a natural birth. So the fourth step is support. You need somebody in your corner cheering you on, your biggest cheerleader ever at this vital time. You need someone to mitigate what's going on in the room, make sure that if you're thirsty, everything. It's just somebody that is fully there to support you, and absolutely no negativity, in my opinion. Sometimes this person may be your partner, the parent, father of the child, or support person of the child, but perhaps that person is not available. You got to do what's right for you in that situation. I've read a lot of stories and have experience where women would prefer their mother or someone to that nature, but at least have one person, and I would say not more than two, because you will get overwhelmed very quickly and you will pick up on very small things. Like the midwife who helped me, she was amazing, she was very supportive, but at one point in the early part of labor, she stepped out, I believe, to have lunch, and she ate cheese and sausage for lunch, and her breath, I was so close to going off on her. Her breath smelled so bad. And I'm sure she was very clean, hygienic. It was nothing like a bad breath. It was just what she ate, and the fact that she's helping me do breathing techniques like in my face. So she's like, And I'm like, oh, no. So I bit my tongue. I was able to just focus outside of that situation. And it probably wasn't even as bad as I remember it to be. But anyhow, make sure you have your person there. Maybe bring some gum with you. And that they're there to cheer you on and support you in every aspect of the delivery process. And the way I was able to get my husband fully prepared, or I feel he was very prepared, was through watching the video that I clipped earlier. Just make sure you do the class with the person that you expect to be there for you on the day of, and have that support person there for you to cheer you on, keep you calm, and you help each other, but more so them helping you, obviously. The 5th step. Now remember, this is the most important step. Now, I know I said every step was important, which they are, but this one is the most important. You and baby are what matters. Mommy and baby being healthy, delivering a healthy baby is what's most important, however the delivery process goes. If there is an emergency where you need a cesarean section, C-section, or a VBAC, or any type of medical intervention that is not what you planned, keep in mind that sometimes this is necessary for a healthy baby. And what you want is a healthy baby and to be healthy. So keep in mind that your medical professionals know what they're doing, and trust that they will follow through to the best of your health. I really think this is doable. I mean, it's natural to have a natural birth. You just have to keep telling yourself that. You have to believe and follow these easy 5 steps to making this happen. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. You can check it out right here.